Hey guys, I wanted to show you this canvas. Now this was a bloom swipe that I did. It was only on a card. That's it there. You might remember me doing that one, and there were parts of it that I really liked, and I decided that I would get it blown up. So I did. I uploaded the photo and had it sent away to one of those places that print on canvas. That's the back. What size is it? It tells you up here. 16 by 48 inches. So that's it there. Yeah, so really happy with that. So I just thought if anyone's interested, like if you have a really great paw that you like, but maybe it's only a little paw, you can very easily have it sent away. You just upload your photo and tell them what size you want, and yeah, then you have a beautiful piece of artwork. That's it there. I'll show you the other side. So yeah, really happy with that. Okay, see you soon. G'day guys, welcome back. I'm going to do a little experiment today, doing the bloom recipe. Before I get started, I'll talk to you about these little canvas boards that I got from Mart. Well, they're a nice little size, and B, you can write on the back here, if you're experimenting, what you did, what medium you used, how you did it. So that's a good little thing to have on the back, because you look at it sometimes, you go, oh, wish I could remember what I did, what my pouring medium was. So I did a few pours on these, and I will show you the results of those, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, whether they would warp or what would happen. There is, I don't know if you can see, there's a slight bend in them. They kind of had a little bit of a bow, but because they're cardboard, they're easily, like bent back again. So it's not a problem. So that was one of them. And another one, if you lie them flat, I don't think it's a problem. And if there is, as I said, if there's a little bit of a curve in them, you can just push them back out again, or maybe once they're really dry, if you're very concerned, you could put it between something hard. But yeah, come out really well. And that was just one that I did with the golds and some greens. So yeah, really happy with those. Easy to store. You could, if you wanted to, put some felt or some cork on the back. You could resin them. They could be placemats. So lots of things you could do with those little guys. Right, move that out of the way. Today's pour, I've still got my box of Arteza premixed paints. I used the fluoro ones when I did my fluoro ribbon pour, and I've got some left over. So today I'm going to go primaries. We've got Phthalo Blue, Brilliant Red, Mid Yellow, and Phthalo Green. So I'm going to try those out with just my interior low sheen house paint, and then the normal flow activator, cell activator I should say, which is Floetrol and Amsterdam White. This is 3 parts Floetrol, 1 part Amsterdam White in here. Give that a bit of a mix. As I said, this is just the pillow paint. So normally I would use the pouring medium, which is untinted house paint, and it's polyacrylic, and it's gloss medium, and you mix it all up, and then you add your paint. But I'm going to see how these guys go, because this is nice and easy, hey? Already done. Let me just grab a tile. I'm just going to use a little tile on, and this is very handy too, little cake spinny thing. So it makes it nice and easy when I want to turn it to blow. I've got my little barbecue blower. Some people have said that they've bought this and they didn't find that it was strong enough. Your cell enhancer may be too thick, but I do get really close. I took that nozzle off. Righto, anyway, enough talking. Let's get on with it. Let me put my gloves on because this is such a messy form of art. This pillow paint is it's hard to get off. All right, so let's pop down the pillow paint. Make sure I give these a good shake. So yeah, as I said, just primary colours. Let's pop down a big puddle. We'll see how it goes with the bloom, hey? Because a lot of people find it difficult to find all the ingredients that they need for the pouring medium for the bloom. So if these work, great. I mean, I don't know, they might not be wonderful. Now, what order shall I go? Let's start with, so if I do green and then red, no, maybe that order. Let's do that. So there's no, oh, actually I don't even think I've even used this before. Oh, I haven't. It's still got its little foily thing on top. I can't get it off. I'll just do that. Peel it off. Yeah, and I haven't even used these before. I used the neons. So, oh, look at that. There's a bit of card in there. That's annoying, isn't it? How do you get that out? I do that. Here we go. That's getting it out. I should have checked this before I started, shouldn't I? I better check them all. Otherwise, that's going to take me a while. Same with that one. All right, let me just open all these. There we go. Didn't realise that I had to do that to all of them. I'll just cut this bit of the video out. Okay. You don't want to watch me opening bottles of paint. Ow, stabbed myself. Injury. All right, that's it. Righto, let's put down a little blob of the green. Oh, it's quite runny. Now, I have found that I need quite a lot of paint. You want your bloom to get right out to the outside of the tile. So yeah, it's actually much thinner than what I've made my other colours up. So I don't know if the cell activator is going to actually be able to sit on top. Move over. If your cell activator is really thin, it just tends to, and if your paint's too thin, it just tends to sink. I'll see if I can spread it out. That's all right, it's sitting on top. Okay, let's use our little blower. Nice and close, straight down and then out. Straight down and out. Come on, little blower. Turn it around. See how easy that is to spin your tile around? All right. Don't seem to be able to blow that white any further over, but oh, wow, look at that. Oh, I don't have a cloth. Oh my gosh. I've come in without having a damp cloth. All right, let that sit there for 1 minute. I'm going to go and get a cloth. Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. I'll be back in a sec. Just wait 1 sec while I get my cloth. All right, just as well I've got my laundry just there. I've got my little damp cloths and wipe my hands now. Let's have a look at this, hey? Let's come and have a look. I was really surprised. Those paints are quite, the Arteza paints are much thinner than what I would use. Oops, 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 I'm dripping everywhere. I have to wipe that up. Okay, let's move that little spinny thing out of the way. Now again, make sure that your center is moving with the rest of the paint. If it's not moving, just give it little movements like this just to get it moving. Otherwise the middle will stick, it'll stay where it is, and then the sides will move. So it'll be interesting to see, because this is also thin now, how it actually goes when I stretch it. So don't like that. That's where I couldn't get the rest of the white over. Don't mind getting rid of some of that. I'll keep a little bit of white. I do like my negative space. Oh, I don't like how that's stretched over. See these bands of colour? If your white doesn't go over those bands, you will still see the bands of colour. So most people mix their cell activator 4 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint. This is 3:1, so it may be a little bit thick. Because the Arteza paints are so thin, your cell activator has to be thinner than your paints. So I may have to actually do it at 4:1 and see how that goes. Keep a little bit of white. Go back the other way. Plonk into the white puddle. Hope you guys can see. Alright, down we go. Takes a while. Be patient. Pillow paint's pretty thick. I think it does need to be thick though. If it's too thin, when you blow your white, it makes a dent and you'll pretty much go right down to your canvas or whatever you're using. Looks like a little bit of flocculation happening here. So maybe the Arteza paints that are doing that, eh? And the colours are blending quite a lot. Again, because the paints are thin, they do tend to blend. Just going to bring that back to the middle. Okay. Well, as far as a bloom goes, I mean, it's not as good as making your pouring medium and mixing it with your paints. But certainly if you just want to have a little bit of fun, you don't want to go to the expense and the trouble of finding all those ingredients, you could possibly still do a pretty pour. Alright, I think we should maybe try some different colours, because I don't know that these are a very good example of colours together. Can you see the flocculation there, where the paint's kind of splitting there as well? So that's, I'm not sure what's causing that. Move these things out of the way so I can put this down. It's handy to have these little cake cooling racks. Very handy, so you can put your work down on it. So there you go. First little test with the Arteza pre-mixed paints. And yeah, as I said, I probably need to choose a different colour scheme and see if that works better together. Just zoom you down a little bit so that you can see a little bit better. But we certainly have got the lacing from the bloom. I wouldn't mind trying it, as I said, with the thinner Floetrol, because these paints are thinner. Your cell activator has to be thinner again. So if your paints are pretty thick, you can get away with a thicker cell activator. So I'll leave it at that. And I'll mix up some more Floetrol and Amsterdam white and make it a little bit thinner and have another go at the Arteza and see how they behave. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.